Let me close with this. What suffering in God is not. Suffering in God is not personal struggles, personal loneliness, personal battles, personal issues, or personal enemies. That is not what suffering in God is. What suffering in God is righteous struggles, righteous loneliness, righteous battles, righteous issues, and enemies that come against you because of your righteousness. Did you connect the dots here? Too often, we exchange the personal for the righteous. Can't do that. We do have personal problems. And I am not suggesting that you can't find solace in God in those things. But as we grew up being taught, those things will not amount to you getting a star in your crown. You will just find some kind of relief in God. Paul said, in my flesh dwelleth no good thing. Peter said, if you do wrong and you suffer for it, no big deal if you take it patiently. You got in trouble because of you. It's a struggle, but that's not a righteous struggle. That's a place where you need to discipline, you need to lay aside, sanctify yourself. But there can be no righteous claim in those areas. This is a mistake we've made. And so consequently, we have developed a culture in which personal has taken the place of righteous. And so that's why we have what we have. That's why we preach the way we preach. About your pain, about your coming out. I'm trying to find the right words to express what I think about that kind of ministry. I never was that kind of preacher, but it's now endemic. It's pandemic. If I use that phrase, everybody preach about problem, pain, issue, problem, pain, issue. But none of these things that they're calling are righteous things. They're personal. You know, it's like the prophet that gets in the room and says, somebody has a headache. Most likely they do. That's a guess. We're into the hyperbolic, the imitation of things, and we're using the idea that is really our right to use in terms of if it's righteous, but if it's just personal, let it be personal. And yes, the Lord can help you with that. But it's not a claim to a star in your crown. It's not a claim to whipping the devil. It's just what it is. But Paul gets in trouble for doing the things of God, which is why he went back in the city after they snuck him out, went to preach again. They're trying to kill him. He's still trying to preach. He was in righteous trouble. We have to understand that difference, because when you are in that mode, then you become more of a benefactor for the work of God. And I dare say, you then become more like Jesus, because his troubles were not personal. His struggles were not personal. His battles and issues were not personal. His enemy were not personal. This was because of what he was sent to do. Because of what he was sent to do. Perhaps that's the easiest way to say this. Because of what God calls us to do. So consequently, we have spent years in ministry identifying personal things as righteous things. And that's why we are anemic, we are carnal, we are weak, we are non-productive spiritually. Because we're fighting carnal battles and calling them righteousness.
Interesting.